Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I as always am Grestar and this is another reaction to a death battle, Dragonzord versus Mechagodzilla. So of course, as always, make sure to click on the link in the description below to go support the official release first, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, then come back here and we'll watch it together. So as a quick acknowledgement, yes, it's been a long time. And I'm sorry. Anyway, Dragonzord versus Mechagodzilla, it's Power Rangers and it's Godzilla. And yes, I watched some Power Rangers when I was younger. When I say younger, I mean I was a wee lad, I do this. I wasn't actually this tall. I was more like this. But you can't see that because it's off camera, so I did this. Point is, I was small. And the point of that is just to say that while I did watch it when I was younger, I certainly do not remember, anything of it. And you might say, hey, well, you also watched a death battle with them not too long ago. You're right. So with that, let's get to watching. And play.
Fun fact, did you know 66% of men lose their hair by age 35?
66?
Well, maybe not so fun, but Hims is here to help as the one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual
I feel
wellness.
that. I miss my hair.
Hims connects you with real doctors and
however,
solutions
I also don't have a lot of money,
real easy to get
so can't do Hims.
Can get a trial month of Hims for just $5 right now while supplies last. See website for full details and safety information. This could cost.
It is interesting if you Google my name, because I've totally done that. You'll find websites that are how much is Riz worth? He's worth $1 million or whatever, right? Not a chance, no. From my YouTube channel, I make between $30 and $50 a month. That's how. Anyway, death battle.
Whether they are benevolent deities or harbingers of doom, dragons are freaking awesome.
Dragons are pretty cool.
Especially the robot kind, like the Dragonzord, piloted by the Green Power Ranger.
And Kiru, the dangerous and
Dragonzord is just the Green Ranger? Oh.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
I guess I was thinking of Megazord, wasn't I?
And skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay, look, I'm sorry, especially if it's just Green Ranger, Mechagodzilla has to win, right? I already was leaning toward Mechagodzilla. But now, I feel like it has to be.
So, she decided to destroy the world. Hey, I'd be mad too, but that's a hell of a hot take.
And so Earth's guardian, Zordon, put a plan into motion.
Thank you, Zordon.
5 heroic teenagers would defend the planet with their dinosaurs.
Man, I wish I'd been a heroic teenager. I just kind of sucked. I was alright, everyone liked me, but no one really cared.
Time fighting an ancient witch, but they got used to taking out her weekly monsters pretty quick. Like a normal 9 to 5, just with giant robots.
But Rita had a plan. If her creatures could not defeat the heroes, she would create her own ranger.
The Green Ranger.
That's right,
his
Tommy.
Reptile, the Dragonzord.
Oh yeah. And his dagger that he plays like a flute but sounds like a synth or whatever. I do love that part. And he does it through his helmet.
Tons, the
even better.
Proved a match for the other Rangers. Even their Megazord.
Even their Megazord.
Got a heavy-duty arsenal, like finger missiles. It's like flicking the gunk from under your nails at people.
Oh.
It explodes.
You have gunk under your fingers.
To flick at people. Duh. That fin isn't just a cool headpiece. It shoots energy waves. And if D-Zord feels like stomping around, watch out for literally shocking earthquakes.
Despite such long-range weaponry, the Dragonzord seems best suited to fighting up close with its strong grappling arms and highly flexible drill tail. This drill is so impressive, it cut through a cocoon prison even the supposedly superior Megazord couldn't escape.
Yeah, that thing's 5 Zords in one. Guess teamwork doesn't always make the dream work.
The Dragonzord's pilot has even bested the other Rangers in combat on his own. Luckily, they helped him
he
break
was
free
the
from Rita's
coolest.
Control, and he eagerly joined their fight against the forces of evil. This is Tommy Oliver.
Tommy wasn't just some rando off the street. This guy is an expert martial artist and super dedicated to ranger work. So much so, he kept wearing the tights for years and even mentored other teams. He summons and controls the Dragonzord with the Dragon Dagger by playing it like a flute. Wait. Are all knives secretly flutes?
Yes.
They've never
try it.
Not been flutes.
Oh my god, really? Wait a minute. Why didn't this come up in poultry science class?
Chickens don't like music?
How stupid do you think I am? Chickens love music.
They do love music.
Ah! God, this is what they mean by a sharp note.
As the Green Ranger, Tommy draws
Tommy
power from a
doesn't put the
universe-spanning
blade
energy
to his
called the
mouth.
Morphin Grid.
His grid connection powers the Dragonzord too. He's a superhero and a battery.
Though like most other Zords, enough damage can disrupt the Dragonzord's connection to the Morphin Grid and take it down for good.
But good luck trying. The Dragonzord is super strong. It made short work of Rita's monsters and even beat the Megazord, which has an average power output of 50,000 megavolts. That's the same kind of power as a nuclear warhead.
The Megazord was strong enough to punch a 10,000
Okay, so one
ton
nuclear
monster
warhead.
about 40 meters off the ground. A punch worth 90 million newtons of force.
The Big D can even fly past escape velocity and reach the moon. That's over 30 times the speed of sound.
The Dragonzord is also extremely durable, possibly more so than any other individual Zord of its generation. The Megazord once threw it into this mountain, which shattered. By comparing the known size of Dragonzord's foot to said mountain and applying the energy necessary for violent fragmentation against rock,
Of course,
we
yes.
determined the destructive force to be worth more than 350 tons of TNT.
Damn! The Big Dragon held its own against the upgraded Thunder Megazord, and even one-shot the White Tiger Zord, which was supposed
It's like
to be
every
better
clip
in
that it
every way.
plays of
While it's
Dragonzord is
unlikely
it
the
turning
Dragonzord
around to do the
actually
tail whip.
defeat the Thunder Megazord on its own, it certainly stands a chance with its ultimate form.
That's right, it's got a semi-Megazord mode of its own.
Oh.
While each Power Ranger has their own Zord, there's been a few times when a Ranger has called on other Zords, not to pilot directly, just to combine with theirs.
Oh,
And so, Tommy can summon the Mastodon, Triceratops, and Saber-Tooth Tiger Zords to form Dragonzord Fighting Mode. Or Battle Mode. Or Dragon Megazord. He never really settled on a name.
Well, it's mighty powerful
Fair, fair.
and turns its tail into a drill spear that kills basically everything in one shot. Seriously, it never lost a battle against anything Rita threw at it. So, why don't they always use that?
I was about to
And
say,
his
why don't
magic
they
is
start with that
devastating
then?
enough to obliterate
Lead
an
with that.
entire floating island.
Sadly, Tommy would lose his control of the Dragonzord when he lost his powers to his one weakness. A magic candle!
No!
Oh, no! Look out for slowly dripping wax!
But powers or no powers, Tommy kept fighting the good fight, eventually regaining his original Morphin abilities with the Master Morpher. Perhaps
Oh.
one day, the Dragonzord will rise again. Dragonzord!
When did the White Ranger come into play?
The year was
Anyway,
1954.
that was more powerful
less than
than
a
I had
decade after Japan was
given it credit
bombarded with
for.
the first atomic weapons. The nuclear age had begun.
But one of these atomic weapons woke something up.
No!
Godzilla! This ginormous radioactive kaiju decimated Japan. Things look pretty bad.
Yes.
Until a scientist deployed a bomb strong enough to kill the monster. The Oxygen Destroyer, which does exactly what it says on the tin.
Right. Dr. Serizawa's bomb could specifically target and destroy oxygen molecules, liquefying most living tissue. This weapon was so dangerous, Serizawa feared its very existence threatened the entire human race.
So he went down martyr
does not
style,
sound
taking out
familiar
Godzilla and all
at
knowledge
all.
of his weird bomb. All that remained was Godzilla's bones.
Probably for the best. Still, a weapon like that might have come in handy when, a few decades later, another Godzilla showed up.
Surprise, bitches! Brrr!
Turns out, Japan had been the target of many different types of kaiju for years, and had
What?
developed an anti-monster defense force to combat them.
Unfortunately,
Dumb
their
Nick.
super powerful maser cannons barely even scratched this new Godzilla. Just look at him. Didn't even care.
Like the Oxygen Destroyer before, Japan needed a new weapon to combat Godzilla.
Okay.
They gathered their foremost experts in the fields of robotics, microwaves, low-temperature physics, and someone
I know
whose
what they
work
mean
can
by
be described
microwaves,
as
but-
necromancy. Together, these leading scientists developed a revolutionary weapon like nothing before it.
Mechagodzilla!
Sure, technically this isn't the first Mechagodzilla we've seen, but it's certainly the deadliest and the most unique.
Okay.
So much so, it was given its own distinct name. Kiru, a combination of kanji meaning
Ah.
machine and dragon.
Cool,
Hear
yeah.
you? Sounds lame. I'll stick with Mechagodzilla, thank you. Standing 60 meters tall and weighing 40,000 tons with full gear,
Okay.
this badass cyber monster is loaded with all sorts of weapons. rocket launchers, rail cannons, grappling wires, spinning drill hands, a battering ram jetpack, and even retractable Assassin's Creed blades with an extra zap.
Really?
And just like Zilla
Huh.
himself, Mecha G fires laser beams from his mouth. This twin maser cannon is twice as powerful as the maser guns that successfully killed other non-Godzilla giant monsters.
Kiryu is certainly skilled in melee combat and is surprisingly athletic for its size.
Look at it go!
However, with its
That
enormous
jump.
arsenal, it is far better suited to long-range strikes. Like with its ultimate weapon, the Absolute Zero Cannon.
Damn! So it's like a super ice beam?
As the name suggests, it unequivocally brings its target's temperature to absolute zero, or
see.
0 Kelvin.
Okay.
But this beam isn't just freezing its target, it's literally destroying all of its existing energy at once.
Oh.
A practically impossible feat of physics.
Yeah.
This results in crushing the entire target from within at an atomic level.
Oh my god. Zilla!
Speaking of which, Kiryu is actually built around the skeletal remains of the original Godzilla.
I saw the text
giving
of
him
that.
all
That
the
was
size
interesting,
and
yeah.
strength of the king of the monsters.
I don't know if
So
strength
it's kinda
has.
like they're
All
pulling
right.
off a robotic weekend at Bernie's with old man Godzilla's bones? Amazing.
Kiryu also utilizes biochemical and molecular-based DNA computers.
Of course,
which
yes.
are actually based on real-life experimental technology.
Oh.
This infused Godzilla's own DNA to improve operation speeds and give Kiryu subconscious motor control.
Really?
Sort of a simple AI, which lets
Okay.
it perform some limited actions on its own. Exactly like my own Cyber Goose. With the skeleton of a goose and some extra parts I had lying around, I say he's a masterpiece
It has.
of modern
Yeah, it's two
science.
heads.
Well, he's got two heads now,
Yeah.
so do we call him a goose or a geese?
It's a goose. Just one goose.
But two heads make two goose, therefore a geese.
It's a goose!
Yeah, maybe you should listen.
Oh yeah, this version's much better.
Kiryu is piloted by Lieutenant Akane Yashiro, a longtime member of the Anti-Megalosaurus Force, and your standard self-loathing anime protagonist.
Of course.
She thinks she's worthless because she has no parents and accidentally got some of her friends killed. So now nobody really likes her, which is, real bummer.
Aw.
But hey, cheer up, lady! You get to fight giant lizards with a big-ass killer robot, and that's freaking awesome!
Akane doesn't technically pilot from within Kiryu, but rather from a nearby jet plane,
Oh.
the AC-3 White Heron, which can fly over 900 kilometers per hour. Under Akane's control, Kiryu has battled Godzilla several times, and always came out on top.
Oh.
But
Well
plot
done.
twist, Akane isn't Mechagodzilla's only pilot. It turns out there's someone else behind the controls.
Yes?
A ghost in the machine. It's the spirit of the original Godzilla. Surprise again!
Okay.
because it's Ghost robot.
So there's
The DNA mind
Akane,
of Godzilla can
Ghost
wrestle the
Godzilla,
neck from Akane
and
at
Simple
any point,
AI.
causing her to lose complete control.
Giving the king another chance to trash Japan again. Always fun to relive the good old days.
Though it is strongly implied Akane and Kiryu came to an understanding of sorts, realizing that they were each shadows of a tragic past struggling to find purpose in life.
Of course.
College roommates.
Regardless of who is steering the ship, Kiryu is an extremely tough machine.
He's lifted and thrown Godzilla around like a sack of potatoes, and this version of the Big G weighed 25,000 tons.
Kiryu
Sounds like a
actually
lot.
survived being at the epicenter of its own Absolute Zero blast, and multiple
Oh.
direct hits from Godzilla's atomic breath attack.
Which is even strong enough to overpower the Absolute Zero.
Kiryu is even fast enough to dodge the atomic breath, which, based on this instance where an older Mechagodzilla forced the beam into space, likely travels faster than Mach 2 speeds. Kiryu itself could also fly from Alaska to the middle of Russia while carrying another kaiju in just a few minutes. Given how quickly Kiryu's fuel burns in flight, in order to make it, Kiryu was likely flying around Mach 40.
But that's sadly the
I don't know how the
Mechamonster's
speeds
biggest
relate.
flaw. Its battery life is worse than the goddamn Nintendo Switch.
Ugh.
While the White Herons can use microwave tech to recharge Kiryu on the fly, a full charge only runs for about 2 hours at most. And using more intensive features like jet flight and the Absolute Zero Cannon drains it much, much faster. In fact,
How
just
much
one
faster?
use of the Absolute Zero drains 40%.
But
Okay.
who cares when he's so
That would
badass
still
he
be
can
though
tear you
like
apart
an
in just a
hour's
few
worth
minutes.
of
With all this
of
power
play.
at his little fingertips, this is one epic machine. No man or beast stands a chance against the might of Mechagodzilla.
桐生お前にはわかるよねさあ そろそろ行こうか。
He's ready to go. Okay.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
I believe it.
First, I've got a kaiju-sized hunger.
Of course,
that
right.
only
Sorry,
Blue
sponsorship
Apron
first,
can
and then we can
satisfy.
pause it. Then we can pause
By
it.
now, you've probably heard of Blue Apron.
I have.
The leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S.
Choose your meals each week, get the ingredients delivered to your doorstep, and whip up a meal using the easy-to-follow directions provided.
Blue Apron offers 3 flexible plans.
It's been a while, hasn't
Or
it?
the WW Freestyle
It has,
plan.
it has,
You have
yes.
control over which meals you receive each week, and each delivery comes with easy-to-follow cooking instructions and all the ingredients you need. So say goodbye to those last-minute dashes to the grocery store. With Blue Apron's seasonally inspired and chef-curated recipes, you're not just making meals, you're making memories.
My favorite part is feeling like a master chef.
So they
making
stopped doing
creative
like the
and
live
delicious meals
action
with my own
footage
hands.
of them
You guys
making
really
food.
need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease. And as a thanks to you for watching this show, we have a deal you'd be crazy to say no to. To start making delicious, brag-worthy meals at home without the hassle, try Blue Apron.
Check out this week's menu and get $60
It certainly takes some time,
off
doesn't
at
it?
blueapron.com/battle.
Yeah, I should probably
That's
actually-
blueapron.com/battle.
Blue
We'll see how that
Apron,
is with
a
that
better way to cook.
that monitor off.
But right now,
It's time for a death battle and pause. All right, talking about this really quickly. I still think that Mechagodzilla is going to win. Dragonzord was much more like just capable and powerful and everything than I thought he would have been. Like his analysis made him sound a lot better than I had initially thought. But you're still dealing with Mechagodzilla. This like if it had been Godzilla against Dragonzord, I would have said, like, without a doubt, Godzilla was going to win, right? Like, you know, yeah. And so when they say Mechagodzilla has beaten Godzilla, like, at every opportunity, then, like, yeah, like, Mechagodzilla has to win, right? It seems that, I mean, Dragonzord's biggest thing was the drill tail, right? Or the drill spear if it upgraded. But, like, Mechagodzilla also has that, also has drill hands, but on top of that just has like a lot of other features, and it seemed more agile. I couldn't tell about the speed thing. It seemed like Dragonzord might have been faster with its whole going to the moon bit, but I don't know. I don't remember them saying how quickly it did that. And then like for Mechagodzilla, it only said like from Alaska to Russia or something. So yeah, but Mechagodzilla just seems to have like a much more varied and powerful arsenal than Dragonzord does, and having like that absolute zero cannon or whatever it was called, you know, where it would just drain all of the energy. Like, I think that would do it, because, you know, as soon as Dragonzord is out of energy, and it mentioned that, you know, Dragonzord relied on that energy during its analysis portion, like, that's it, right? And they did say that Mechagodzilla has, like, a pretty small battery, but they mentioned 2 hours. Like, a fight's not gonna last 2 hours. And they said, oh, well, if it uses its absolute zero cannon, that cuts it in half, or not, I mean, basically in half, like 40%, right? That's still an hour of stuff. Like, even if you, I'm assuming that's its most draining thing, right? So even if you add other stuff on top of that, it doesn't seem like Mechagodzilla is going to run out of its charge during a fight, you know? And if we're putting them in against each other, you know, Dragonzord and Mechagodzilla, in the optimal conditions, I think that Mechagodzilla will be fine in terms of its battery life. And it just seems like it has more ways to kill Dragonzord or finish it off than Dragonzord does to Mechagodzilla. And at first I was worried about like, oh, well, if Dragonzord just gets the pilot, then they're done. But no, because apparently there's the symbol AI, but then on top of that, there's the Ghost of Godzilla that's also piloting Mechagodzilla. So even if Dragonzord did take down the pilot, Makane, I think her name was, it still seems like Mechagodzilla is going to win. So I'm going to say that now. Mechagodzilla is going to win this one, and play. It's weird being thrown right into it. No lead in, no fight, just a fight, you know.
Ha! Nice work, Dragonzord. Let's crush this tin can.
Oh no, I guess Dragonzord won. It seemed like a weird plan. Already? Jiminy. Why? Alright, we threw our jetpack at it and it fell down once. Let's use our ultimate weapon. I'll distract it with my plane. Didn't even eject. Well, we haven't seen Dragonzord's, like, battle mode yet.
This isn't working. We need more power.
Here it is.
Come together.
You're lucky that Mechagodzilla is patient, letting you go Super Saiyan like this.
Fighting mode, powered up and ready for action. Let's finish this.
Imagine if while Dragonzord is transforming, they did Absolute Cannon again. Or Absolute Zero, you know what I mean. The jump was cool. No!
Keep going. We've got this. Oh no! Pull back! Pull back!
Let go of the sword! Let go of the... I mean, I want Mechagodzilla to win, but it's like, come on. Maybe there was something else I was missing there. Yay!
Oh man, talk about a close one.
Finding the victor here wasn't easy. Both have performed amazing feats of strength and durability, and both wielded massive arsenals of unbelievable devastation.
Did they both?
Akane definitely
I feel like
proved
Dragonzord really
herself
didn't have
fighting
as many.
Godzilla a few times, though Tommy did have way more experience piloting mechs and fighting monsters for years and years. Plus, he's a friggin' superhero.
But while skill and experience are incredibly important, it doesn't always triumph over raw power.
That's what she said. I hope.
Compared
Okay.
to Kiryu, the Dragonzord was rather lightweight, with far less impressive feats of strength.
Yeah, well, Dragonzord could match the Megazord, who could lift a 10,000-ton monster. Mechagodzilla tossed around a 25,000-ton Godzilla, more than double the weight. Mecha G certainly had the advantage up close.
And also from a distance. Kiryu's arsenal was overall better suited to long-range combat thanks to a wider
So had the
assortment of
advantage up
miscellaneous
close
weapons.
and at a distance.
Simply put, Kiryu possessed more options for controlling and ending this fight.
Like how they both had instant kill moves, but only one of those depended on getting right up close. Plus, while fighting mode's max power wasn't too clear, it could compete with the Thunder Megazord and Rita herself.
Remember how Rita blew up an island? Easily one of the most impressive destruction feats in the Ranger's early years. Based on this image, we can measure the exact scale of the island.
Okay.
To blow that shit up, you'd need a blast of at least 2.6 gigatons of TNT. So Dragonzord's Ultra Drill Stab was likely in the same ballpark in terms of power output.
However, this
How-
pales in
I don't see how
comparison
that
to the
relates.
Absolute Zero cannon. Here, it's destroying the real-life Prince Hotel New Tower and several surrounding buildings. Using the known scale of these structures, the energy output to destroy them must equal 128 teratons of TNT.
That's over 49,000 times more powerful. And don't forget,
I just still don't understand that
Mechagodzilla
island
survived
feat.
being in the middle of this blast. There was no way Dragonzord could put down this tough son of a Zilla.
Dragonzord's arsenal and Tommy's skills certainly made this an intense match, but they were clearly outclassed by Kiryu's awesome power and unwavering durability.
I'm just glad they didn't let the fight drag on.
The winner is Kiryu.
Claps for Kiryu.
Mechagodzilla!
Yay, Mechagodzilla. Okay.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode. If
Welcome,
you want
Ben.
the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link in the description below. And check out on the right side of the screen next to Ben, you can watch more stuff.
Oh, it's not on my screen, but anyway, next time on Death Battle, what you have all already seen, we have Sasuke versus that one person from Yu Yu Hakusho? Is he from Yu Yu Hakusho? I have never seen it. So, I know Sasuke though. I mean, I know of him. Anyway, let's talk about this death battle. So, okay, I still have to question that island feat. They were saying, like, what? Because Rita blew up an island, and because Dragonzord killed one of Rita's kaiju, that it must have had a similar output. Did I miss something? Because if I'm understanding correctly, I don't see how that makes any sense as far as, like, well, she did this, and since he killed one of her things, he must have that output. That's not how that works. I must have missed something because I don't think they would make that kind of mistake. But anyway, this one. Yeah, so I want to talk about the animation first, I guess, just to get it out of the way. So, like, the animation, it was, like, really good animation, just as far as the animation itself is concerned. And there were some really cool moments. But I didn't get fully invested because it felt like one of those things where things were just happening to happen a lot of the times, you know? Where it's just like, you know, okay, now I'm gonna use this move to show off that I have it. All right, now I'm gonna use my absolute zero beam. All right, it missed. All right, I'm gonna throw my jetpack at, you know, like, you're just random. It just, yeah, I don't know. It didn't seem to flow as well as other fights have, and maybe I'm definitely tired, so maybe I'm just being cynical right now. But I couldn't get fully invested in it because of things like that, where I was just like, oh, all right, sure, go ahead and do that. I'm sure, honestly, part of it is the whole, like, there was no lead up into the fight. There was no fight, you know, it was just the battle itself. Yeah, but there were definitely some cool moments. Like I said, it looked good. You know, Kiryu jumping over the sword was really cool, or the drill spear, I guess. Things like that. So yeah, I definitely misread Dragonzord. Like, again, I was honest in saying that Dragonzord was apparently a lot more powerful than I had initially thought. You know, after having watched the analyses, I could confirm that for myself. But I still didn't think that he was as powerful as they made him sound in the conclusion. Once we got to Mechagodzilla, to me, it seemed like, oh, well, I mean, Mechagodzilla has to win then, right? And Mechagodzilla did win, granted. But they said it was like, they were making it sound much closer than I had made it out to be in my mind. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Okay, I mean, like, yeah, I don't disagree with the outcome. I just was surprised by how close it apparently was, and by, I guess, some of the things that they used to measure power, like the island thing, but whatever. So, let me know what you all thought about this death battle in the comments below. You know, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc., so on and so forth. And next time, we will be watching Sasuke versus, oh gosh, Hiei? That's all I would know how to pronounce it. I mean, if we're talking like Japanese pronunciation, it's Hiei, right? So, anyway, with that, we're calling it here, so have a good one, everybody.